track my brain.
Hello and welcome to Better Now. I'm Jason Mann with Jim Check and Marcy Zychek, and joining us from the Kelowna Now News Center, Kent Mulgett as well. We're streaming from the Podcast Lounge live on YouTube and on X. And our top story right now is RCMP searching for a truck used as a battering ram, it seems.
Nick's got that picture up there, if you see that truck.
It is one of Kelowna's most wanted, I guess. There's been a couple of incidents where police have been on a bit of a chase with vehicles.
An ATV just recently as well.
Yeah, it was a Polaris it was stolen from. But
Yeah.
this one as well now. RCMP searching for this truck. It was used in a bit of a crime and was used against a police vehicle.
That big corn maze opens today?
It is.
Thanks.
Well, if it is, it's a beautiful day for it. I know this weekend you're planning on going, right?
I am. I'm going with my girlfriends. We're going to film a video.
Tell us about it.
Yeah.
Where is it? What is it?
So it's on Cooper Road. It's the largest one in Kelowna.
5
Yeah.
acres, I think.
And they have like really cool activities, like smashing watermelons.
And we're going to have some tickets to give away for that.
We're
Yeah.
going to have tickets to give away to that for them. And yeah, I think we're going to buy pumpkins there and carve them together too. So
Okay, so you're going to go check it out, share what you've learned, and then we'll give away some tickets
Right.
next week. Okay.
You see
sounds
how many
good.
pumpkins roadside Donna Ray right now? Like, it's incredible.
That's like the pumpkin patch off Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
It's that time of year.
Mhm.
There's a lot of pumpkin patches. There's the Macmillan Farms too. That is always a great
I
experience.
know we
to
got a
kids.
pumpkin given to us today, and supposedly with a recipe for a Cinderella pumpkin pie. So I don't know what a Cinderella pumpkin pie is, but I'm going to find out.
Okay, well, invite me and my
Everybody?
4 and 7 and 10-year-old daughter over, and we'll have Cinderella pumpkin pie together. Earlier today, we had a guest in studio, and you can go back and check out that interview with Ron Cannon, councillor, and also prior MP for our area and prior councillor, the city of Kelowna before that. Had a fairly lengthy conversation with Ron on a number of issues facing Kelowna earlier today. That can also be found on KelownaNow.com. This is also the breakout night or breakout weekend for Breakout West. Live music entertainment returns to Kelowna and is one of our top festivals that we have musically in the area.
And
Great
the
to see.
first session of the Kelowna North End information session, that goes tonight, correct?
Let's
Well, hopefully somebody knows that, but I'm pretty sure that's one of our headlines today.
there you
So
go.
we're off the live music thing because I thought I would just chirp in. With
Are
the
you going to
fact
chirp
that-
it? You chirp.
That we just last week we saw Revelry open up, right? So
Yeah.
these are good times for local musicians to have events like Breakout and to have a venue like Revelry for some of these bands that are trying to make headway. Having an opportunity for places like this to play and events like that, it's good.
Redbirds also kind of come on
They've
the.
really been doing that. Such a great job with that in
Yeah,
the last
yeah.
few years.
But you're right. It's an emerging hotbed of live music and
Yes.
entertainment. It's so nice to see after a few years of COVID and
Right.
that. It's
But it
really
was a
coming
little
back.
dismal for good performance locations even before COVID. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't as robust as it is now. It seems like it's come back and stronger than ever. So that's kind of neat.
right. So what's next on the list there?
Wing Wednesday. You have some information
Yes.
about Wing Wednesday. It is Wednesday.
Wing Wednesday today. So there's many locations where you can go. I'm going to KBC tonight. It's also karaoke night. So,
McCullough's has a Wing Wednesday for sure, and
Yeah.
obviously the place called Wings has a Wing Wednesday.
Wings.
Wings.
there's
thing.
Earl's does it, Kraft does it, King Taps does it.
There's lots of wings to be had for
The
sure.
place on Doworth and Lecky, I think,
Dilworth and
or
Lecky?
somewhere there. That one's a really good one.
Oh yeah,
Rusty's?
that's the Rusty's. That, and you can play
Rusty's,
some pool while you're at it.
Yeah, that one's really
I haven't
good.
been there forever. I haven't played pool forever.
Right on. Is it like
It's Lecky and
Yeah.
Dilworth, yeah,
Yeah.
as you're going
Somewhere
up the hill
near
there,
there,
right? Yeah.
Right.
Wing Wednesday? Get your fill.
Wing
But
Wednesday.
it's tough to have wings when you're playing pool, though. Is that
Or bowling.
Is that just
It
me?
slides better, I think. Depends on the wings, I guess. Sticky ones or the greasy ones.
Yeah.
There you go. North End. There's, I guess, consultation starting to happen with the North End development.
That big
Tolko site.
development out there, yeah, that Tolko site.
So we're keeping our eyes
So
on
if
that.
you have, like we did a couple of sessions on the Parkinson Rec Center, so they say they haven't been heard, but here's your chance to be heard for the North End.
Right. Yeah, could I throw something out I don't know the answer to? Because when it was first presented to council, we had Councillor Loyal Wooldridge, describe it as underwhelming, right? And they had gone down and seen Granville Island and other places. I'd like to know, is the amount of space left open for public use, how does it compare to Granville Island? These are the kind of questions that...
'Cause that's the same developer too, isn't it, that's doing this? Like the Granville Island developer? Or is it just they're using it as a model?
I think they just use it as a model as far as I understand. But it'd be interesting to compare the amount of public space involved. I think that's what Loyal Wooldridge's issue was with it, that there should be more. But the first chance to really spend some time with the people who can answer your questions and see it all.
Because that's an important part of Kelowna, because that's right at Knox Mountain, at the base of Knox Mountain. Plus, it's got that big bay in there, which is kind of sheltered. And then it's a huge piece of property where Tolko used to sit, right? So
Right.
It's massive.
I think it kind of got overhyped a little bit that it's going to be nirvana when they build it there, right? In the end, they've got to make it pay for itself, what they develop, and it's going to be a nice addition to the city, but I don't think it's going to change our lives.
Fair enough. And you went out to Summerhill Winery this morning.
Yes, Pierre Poliev it almost seems like the campaign's on. Right? There's the podium, and he gets up and talks. And I must say, boy, oh boy, it's just basically he really hammers Justin Trudeau pretty hard. He even said, quote, everything is broken.
Yeah, Nick's got a clip, doesn't he?
He has a clip. Play the clip. Everything is broken.
Everything is broken after 8 years of Justin Trudeau and the NDP. And the people of Kelowna are suffering the worst from the NDP Trudeau coalition. Here in Kelowna, we just got the numbers from the food bank. Highest in 41 years. Food bank directly attributes that to the inflation crisis. That's a crisis that Justin Trudeau and the NDP have caused.
I must say he did a good job of bringing these issues to Kelowna. He mentioned that it was a record day at the food bank, that we have the highest crime rate in Canada, and that it's $2,000 a month for a small apartment. But it didn't all resonate with me exactly. For instance, he mentions the fact that we have this, what he calls catch and release for people who run afoul with the law across the land, and then directly goes into the fact that Kelowna is the worst in Canada. I don't understand why a national approach to an issue would create one city to have more than others. But
Sounds like you have a follow-up question.
well, the two don't quite connect for me. Why is Kelowna in Canada?
You're just saying the correlation may
The
not be
correlation
strong.
wasn't there, but I don't think anyone would disagree that we have a serious problem with repeat offenders. I know that there are efforts being made to address that, and we'll see how that
Well,
goes.
there's 7 million people on the food banks in Canada. So, I mean, that's a
It's-
lot of people in Canada. When you think of our population is about
Right.
36 million and 7 million people accessing food banks.
It's
That's
It's like
probably
20% or so.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy number for sure. And then I know I've talked to people that worked at food banks, and they say it's not just what you think would be. Like the people are coming in BMWs and stuff like that just can't make all their payments right now, and it's hard to get out of it. Like say if you're in a BMW payment
Right.
and you can't get out of it, like because they're not going to, some people are underwater on their payments as well, right? Like say the car is worth 50,000 and you owe 65, like nobody's taking
Right.
that off your hands, right? So. And that problem is being exacerbated in the U.S. for sure. Repos are at an all-time high, and I think like the pressures on people are definitely getting harder and harder. With the food inflation and automobile and housing, especially Kelowna, is definitely kind of like in housing and rental and mortgages. It's definitely an example of how the high prices affect
Okay.
people.
I don't want to go too far down all the back and forths on this, but Poliev does connect the skyrocketing cost of food directly to the carbon tax. I did a bit of checking on what people who've really looked at it would say. What is the contribution that this carbon tax has on inflation in general? And less than 1%, some people say. Now, maybe I haven't seen all of the studies, and it could be more.
The Bank of Canada did come out and say, Tiff Macklin did say that carbon tax is contributing to food inflation.
Right, is 0.15.
He didn't say the number. He just said that's his statement. That was
Right.
the statement he made.
See, never
Right.
quit me. The thing is, will a change of government cause homelessness to disappear and suddenly food will be cheap. We'll see.
But that's not the only thing we want. You know, when we're looking for a change or not a change,
Right.
it's we definitely have to look at what is best for all Canadians.
Right. He made a pretty good argument. Again, Trudeau fans won't like it, but there was a call immediately after the terrible events in Israel where the United States and top world leaders discussed
Right. I did see that.
their
Where
situation
they didn't
over the phone, and
invite him.
Canada was not included,
Yeah.
which plays into
He seems to be
Poilievre's
ice-
argument that,
yeah.
that Trudeau does not hold a lot of sway right
he,
now.
He does seem isolated in a lot of the world events. We've seen that over in India. He definitely didn't come across very well in that one.
That didn't play out well for him, no.
No. Moving on past that, though, because we can't solve all the world problems today. Marcy's got the best stuff again,
Best
as usual.
of golf courses.
I got to add in on this one. You go first, though.
So in bronze is Kelowna Springs.
I played there just a while ago. Great course. Like the greens are amazing. Like it's
Great
just
for
a
beginners.
beautiful-
That's where I went my very first time when I was starting out. It was great.
Yeah, Terry, not just beginners, because I know that you're a member there, but it's a great place for beginners as well.
Mhm.
But it's a beautiful course, and that's the one that's controversial too.
Yeah, but
because,
is it a great place for an industrial park?
so, I mean, there's signs all around the golf course like stop the industrial park. But I haven't played there in probably like 15 years, and it's beautiful for sure. It's other than the
Yeah.
the West Jet that
It
flies
is.
over top in Air Canada.
It's a tucked away gem.
It is actually a beautiful setting.
It is.
Mhm.
And then the next one,
Two Eagles. I've never been.
I've never been to Two Eagles.
I have.
Yeah, what do you
On the
think?
west side.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Decent.
I've been there.
It's all right.
It won silver.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not a big golfer, so I don't think I have the strongest critique of it. But
I'm basically pro. Well, a few levels under pro, but I
it
think
was,
our
I
camera's
enjoyed
giving us
golfing
grief,
it.
but-
I enjoyed golfing it, and it had enough challenge to the terrain. So,
And then gold.
The Harvest.
well, that's an interesting one. It's a beautiful course. Is it really challenging? Is it? Is it a golfer's golf
It's a
course?
like beautiful epic views of Kelowna. Like I mean, if you bring somebody to Kelowna, play
Right.
the Harvest, and you have some amazing views. But right next door to the Harvest is Orchard Greens, which Ken's family is kind of owns and runs.
My
Like,
in-laws
if
had
you're
sports saying, my
if you're on a
family,
budget,
sure.
you get the views of the Harvest
Yes.
for a lot cheaper.
And there's a lot more trees too.
It's like
I
20
think the trees are
Hey,
beautiful.
$28 at the Harvest, and you can eat apples at this time of year. Whereas the Harvest,
$28 at Orchard Greens.
$28 at Orchard Greens. I think 100 and
A little
some
more.
plus.
A little
the
more
other
at the
one.
Harvest.
A lot more over there.
Right.
But they got 18 holes. You can play the Orchard twice.
Yeah, and there's night golf
And
with
there's night
glowing balls, right? And I think even
Oh.
Marcy's tried that.
I have, and it's so fun. The Orchard Greens is where my friends and I go because they're just so nice to us,
Right.
and they understand that we're just learning.
So it's
and
never going to win the
I would
your
wear a
best
helmet.
golf course.
I would
is
wear
it?
a helmet.
in my heart,
Okay.
it
Yeah.
does. It's so nice.
I think some that are missing there. One of my favorite golf courses, Gallagher's. I really like that course.
Pinnacle is actually would be my
Would
favorite.
it?
Yeah. Short attention span, diversity of terrain, some very challenging moments, but
Lots of people talk about Tower Ranch too. I haven't played Tower yet. I played Sunset just this past weekend. But
There's so many great golf courses around here. Some say
that and
almost
wineries, right?
too many. Yeah,
Golf courses, wineries,
they're
breweries,
everywhere.
everything.
Well, it looks like we have great weather to sneak away and get a golf game in here before the snow flies.
We were
this
going to
weekend.
do a preview on. You're a hydroponic guy.
Yeah, well, I'm a beginner hydroponic guy. I went out and bought what is called an iHarvest. So it's a system, a hydroponic system, a tower. It's about 3 feet tall or so, 4 feet tall, about 2.5 feet wide and 1.5 feet deep. It all comes complete with a water tank, and all you have to basically do is seed the little
Pod,
pod. They're like little starter pods, basically. Get them going, put them in, put the lights on, get the nutrients going. And so I'm like 30 days in and have pretty lush, leafy green tomato plants and cucumber plants.
So is there dirt involved or just water?
No dirt. No, it's like a peat moss kind of like starter cuppy thing.
So yeah, bring some video in and bring some of the leafy stuff.
And
in
your
as well.
kids must love watching this happen.
Oh, it's a great learning experience for them, right? Yeah.
Can you do it outside too?
Well, you can, but if you take it outside and then bring it back inside, you could introduce outside bugs to your indoor situation.
Oh, lots of
so
people leave the doors open. They probably
True. But Just gonna keep the bugs away from the growing. One less complication for me.
What I understand in sports, Nick was telling us that Rourke Chartier, which who we're familiar with, played for the Rockets, is starting in third line with the Ottawa Senators tonight.
All right.
Nice.
Love to see those WHL
Former
stories.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
probably Rockets starting tonight or the other night. I think NHL started last night.
Yeah, and Canucks Oilers tonight.
And we're going to do the favorite teams again. Ready?
I got to pull for the Canucks.
Yeah.
They don't always make it easy.
We got to go to the Canucks last year, you and I
Yes.
and Nick, right?
That's right. You wanted to leave
And
our
they lost, didn't they? As usual.
All right.
They won. They won.
All right.
They won.
Did they win?
They won.
Are you sure?
I-
I think
yeah,
you
they
were
won.
You're enjoying the beverages there a lot. I'm not sure if you know that.
I did not drink anything beyond moderately. At that.
Favorite team?
Calgary Flames.
Calgary Flames. Oilers.
Canucks all the way.
She doesn't know better.
Also want to
I
say
do.
a bit of a
There
shout
he
out
is.
to Turner McMillan, who will be heading back to Saskatchewan, I guess. I don't know. He's been here in Kelowna, and I've had a chance to get to know him a little bit. He billeted with a friend of mine, so sad to see him go as he ages out of the WHL. But he did a lot of great things, and I saw him grow up to be a fine young man while here. So I want to send him off with a bit of a thank you from everybody in Kelowna for the experience that he provided on the ice for us.
And didn't we learn today that we a local players playing somewhere else?
Yeah, another we billeted him actually too.
Yeah,
We billeted Rourke as well, and then we billeted Madison, which I understand, according to Nick, found it on the internet that he's playing in
the
KHL.
In the KHL, in the Russian league.
Oh,
Is that controversial? Are you not supposed to play for Russia? I don't know.
I find it surprising. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe there's good money there. I'm not sure. Who knows?
all right. Well, that's our show. Except for we did have one last thing.
We're going
Didn't-
to do a quote of a day.
Yes.
Every day, and I'll do it.
Is it going to be uplifting? It's an uplifting quote.
Yeah, it's positivity.
Yes.
We want to leave you feeling positive and happy.
Okay.
So this one, I just made up in my head right before we started the live stream, but it's be yourself because no one's you, and that's a gift in itself.
There you
I like
go.
that.
Amazing. Nice.
Yeah.
And the gift that
Marcy.
keeps on giving.
Oh,
Happy
Lordy.
birthday. All right. Well, that's it for today's show. We will see you again tomorrow morning. And until then, thanks for joining us. And that's everybody from and everything from KelownaNow.com.
And we're out of here.